What's going on? Oh, I forgot to reposition the camera. How you guys doing? Welcome back for another Tuesday painting stream. We weren't going to have any mail time, but then literally minutes before the podcast, the live stream started, we got shipped some stuff. So let's crack it open and see what we got. How's it going, y'all? Vector, or Richard Reads. No, the podcast is not on a break. Just having a tough time transitioning to a old but new editor. Kind of hard to explain, but no, it'll come out tomorrow at the normal time. What up, Ben Fett, Jake the Baron, GM Parker B, Maze Francois, Trancos, Jiminy Paints, Straken. How you guys doing? I like the intro music. All right. Yeah, let's do it. I think I know what this is. So there's a guy who is an enjoyer of the podcast, I believe, and I think that's what this is. Who has like a little merch company where he makes cool stuff. And I think this is just one of the few things that. Oh no, it's not that. What is this? Hold on. I need to figure out what this is. Maybe I should open the boxes before I start the stream. What up, Bruto Burrito? Reaper miniatures with a rate of 31. Reaper. I just bought some Reaper miniatures at the local game store. It's actually amazing. It's honestly amazing. And I'm not saying this because it just rated me. It's amazing how cheap Reaper models are because they've just grown leaps and bounds in quality. Yeah, this is that company that I was thinking of. They just sent along some extra goodies. All right, I'll keep that letter for later. Sent us some Jolly Ranchers, and I think they just sent us a bunch of stuff that they can make merch out of. Gasparilla. Okay, nice. Yeah, I think that's what this is. But I think the main attraction that we're gonna check out in mail time right now. The fuck is this? Oh my god. They made a golden what? They made a golden tendy thing. Reaper Jaw, what's up? Hud the Hobby Daddy and Enoch Crew. Thank you for the subscriptions. Sorry, I'm just like blown away at what I'm looking at right now. Okay, so if we get a close-up of this, this is amazing. Paint? Yeah, okay. Little off center, but here, let me focus on this. Can you see? It says the Golden Tendy, and it says TendyCon. I gotta clean that a little bit. 2024. What? Swanshawn, hello. New to the stream. Huge fan of the YouTube videos. Glad I'm able to catch a stream. Glad you're here. Thank you for being here. There is something that is supposed to be glued to the top of this that is not currently at the moment. But I'm curious if that's what's in this bubble wrap. You sent me. I'm really interested. Oh, that's what it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm really interested in reading the letter because there's an assortment of things in here that I'm not fully sure why, like they're all in here, but I'm excited to read the letter and figure out. But yes, there is a golden motherfucking tendy in here. Look at this. Look at this. It goes right here. A little bit of super glue, and then we got a motherfucking golden tendy award, dude. Are you joking? This is hilarious. Okay, yeah, so this, again, to reiterate, this is from a merch company, or I'm not, a company that makes a bunch of merch items, and they just sent me that. That's fucking hilarious. And then also this. I think this is the thing that, yeah, okay. So here, let me switch back to this. This is a big old thermos with the Kill Your Friends logo on it. Thermos, insulated water bottle, I'm not sure what you want to call it, but yeah, it's an insulated vessel of some kind. Nice little pop-up cup here. This is not a merch item that exists. I think they're sending this to me as like an example. Travel Cedric, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. Not gonna lie, it looks like a turd. I mean, tendies kind of look like that. GM Parker B and Travel Cedric, thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. But yeah, this is fucking cool. This is really cool. I think John's gonna love this. When we got one for me and one for him in here. That's pretty hilarious. Definitely gonna talk about this on the podcast. That is amazing. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I think the one is Kill Your Friends still a thing. I mean, as much a thing as it ever was. Like, I mean, let's be honest. I've made 2 episodes of Kill Your Friends in like the span of years, so it's a thing that I want to exist. But do I have the ability to make it happen? You know, is it worth it? You know, the videos are so much effort to make, and they just don't get viewed. You know, which is not, you know, I don't want to sound like a complaining YouTuber, but that is definitely a thing that I have to consider when I'm making videos. Is do they get viewership or not? If I can consistently get views, then I will. It'll be more reliable for sponsors, and it'll drive all my other sales channels and more. You know, it's one of those things. I could just play a game that's like actually popular, and that'd probably get more views. But even then, that's not always, you know, it's not always the case. Difference is a real great idea. Thank you. I appreciate it. Haha. So kind of. Yeah, kind of. But you know, at the same time, it's kind of always been dead. I just didn't know it. All right, so we got some sick neoprene mats. Oh man, I really hope there's something on this neoprene mat that tells me what company made this. 'Cause I can't remember all the emails that I have going on. This is supposed to be a Necromunda mat, though. I remember that much. So kind of like an Ash Wastes desert situation going on here. We got some rocks. We got some sand dunes. Oh, and then what's the second one here? I'm this excited to see a Shatterpoint Mini on the table. I'm this excited. Oh, okay. Wait, are we not supposed to kill our friends anymore? No, continue to do so. It's definitely the kind of thing that I would like to do more of, but it's just hard, you know? Bro, started the Ranger classes, and they are really great. I'm really glad to hear that. Thank you so much for the positive feedback. I'm glad they're helpful. All right, and this next Necromunda neoprene mat from an undisclosed company. Is there a return label on it? Oh, wait, is there extra bits in here? No, just fucking cardboard. This is from, that's just an address, it's not a company name. God damn it. All right, this looks more like your typical Necromunda that I would imagine. You got all these like sector tile kind of things. Kind of like post-apocalyptic sci-fi, some paint scratching, some dirty oil stains. I believe these are both 4x4. So we got a nice desert 4x4 and or 3x3. 3x3. And a nice sci-fi one. That's good. Use them for Shatterpoint. What's up, Ams? Oh, you're here to steal some candy. Don't play a popular game for popular sake, bro. Kill your friends feels better when you're playing the shit you love. I mean, that is definitely the point of it. There's more stuff in here if you want to see it. I don't know what it is. Oh, there's pizza combos, bro? Oh, yeah, dude. That's staying with me. Okay. That The happy book writer. Yo, I finally get to catch a stream after following on YouTube for years. Welcome, brother. Happy to have you here. I'm killing my homie tonight for Monday night. Hell yeah, dude. Are you doing that once a week, HUD? Is that a once a week thing? I saw the Inquisitors for Shatterpoint that you painted on the white skin. Looks so good. Thank you. Yeah, we're trying to get some more Shatterpoint painted up today. Nice. Once a week. That's good. Monday would have been a fun game night. Necro Monday. Kind of like Necro Sunday. All right. Well, thank you for the neoprene mats and for the Golden Tendy Award. It's awesome. Remember when I worked at Geek Squad, sometimes my lunch would be whatever I could buy, whatever candy or salty treats I could buy from the register. And often it was a NOS energy drink and a bag of pizza combos. So pizza combos brings a smile to my face. That or sub out the pizza combos for a Snickers bar. Whew. Thoughts on Death Wizards? Come back to me tomorrow and ask that question because Vince is going to be here tomorrow. Oh no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Thursday. Vince is going to be here tomorrow. Oh no, it is tomorrow. We're streaming the game tomorrow. So tomorrow in the late afternoon, early afternoon, I think at 1 p.m. CST, we're gonna be playing Vince and Uncle Adam's new game, Death Wizards. Death spelled with no A, kind of like Megadeth. So we'll be streaming that tomorrow from 1 p.m. CST until whenever it's done. I don't know if John's sticking around for the game, but we are gonna shoot a podcast while he is here as well. Having worked at Best Buy, I remember that snack very well. Yeah, it's classic. It is classic. Okay. Some of you guys may remember this mini, the Red Vader. We are going to be revisiting him. Because I played in a Shatterpoint tournament recently, and I just had a lot of fun. And now I want more than half my squad painted. So we're gonna try to paint the other half. That being said, there are some sick new Shatterpoint Imperial models that I would love to get though. So I'm not sure if this is the end of our Shatterpointing. Got my Bad Batch done last week. As always, my bases consume a majority of my time, but they're so worth it. Those big bases have so many possibilities. Yeah, that and Death Clock. You are very right. Death Clock also spelled without an A. You're an Empire boy? Oh, absolutely. Are you fucking kidding me? Double D's miniatures? Absolutely. I am all about being fucking Imperial. I love the baddies. All right. Let's make sure we're looking at about right here. Sorry about this. I thought his camera was in the right spot. I thought we were pointed at the right spot already, but apparently we need to do just a skosh of adjusting. Yeah, the new, what is it? The Inferno Squad models are all amazing. Even like the generic ones they just seem so good. And I finally remembered to bring my crazy fluo paints and inks back from home to do this armor. I don't know how much of it we're gonna need, but what I brought back was this really richly saturated Dollar and Roundy crimson red. Admittedly, I probably don't want a crimson. I probably just want a straight up red ink that I don't actually have. I do, however, have red fluorescent ink, which is just, the camera cannot capture this kind of color, sadly. And then I have just normal paint, the soft body acrylic stuff from Liquitex, more fluo red paint. So we'll try to use that sparingly during today to get just like nutty, beautiful red color. And I think for our red, we'll try out this new paint that I got and I'm doing a sponsorship for called Pyro Red. This is part of Minework Studios' new artist grade paint that they're making for their Braum Kickstarter that is live right now. What up, Wagnack? I have a problem. I can't stop buying minis and I can't start painting minis. Well, let's ask some questions here. What up, Nurgle Matthew? What's stopping you from painting miniatures? Zeus1, Wagnack, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, yeah, we'll get some of this red out. Ooh, it's a nice red. It is a nice red. In fact, let's just paint the model with all of these paints because there's definitely enough. We'll just start with carbon black, white, and red. You know, that's how we started out, and then we juice it up. We get it nice and juicy with some inks. That's how I've done the other armor panels. So we'll follow the same kind of schema with this last armor panel, his shin that's pointed downward. Whenever I have a paint range that's part of an ad, I always like to do a little bit of painting with it, just so I can speak from some kind of experience. Braum did all those great D&D dark sun arts in the 90s. Yeah, he's off. I mean, like, a lot of the art he's doing nowadays is still really fucking good. I'm not familiar with his Magic the Gathering, sorry, D&D stuff, though. Oh, I forgot. I finished the Drukhari, and I was going to show you guys. Have you managed to find time to paint some more Drukhari? I really like the scheme you have chosen, and I want to cheer to you for continuing the progress. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I have no idea. I keep buying painting supplies as well. Well, let's think about it. What's the block? Think about painting a model right now, and what are the first 1, 2, 3 excuses that come to your mind, other than like the obvious, where like I'm physically at work right now and I can't paint. Like not that kind of stuff. Brown Bucks. He's our spiritual successor to Frank Frazetta. It kind of seems that way. Let me go get those 5 Drukhari that I finished, so you guys can get some of that secondhand satisfaction from seeing me complete them after so many weeks. But it's nice. It's so nice to add a finished army or squad to your army. It's so good. I love it. They can hear me. That's why I'm talking out loud. How are those snacks? Yeah. Do you want to make that board game storage in our closet today? No? Okay. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so I gotta tell you guys, I'm bouncing all around for the bases for these models. I do not know what to do. Maybe you can help me out. Braum did some amazing art for Magic the Gathering. Okay, I assumed he did. I thought I've seen some Braum artwork before. And who is the spiritual successor for Braum? I don't think we're there yet. I think he's still alive. Okay, here is the finished Incubi squad. I'm gonna angle them up until they tip off here. Again, we had 2 kinds of blades here. Sorry about the plastic. Put it down. Feeling really good about this. I know it took a long time. I know, but it feels so good to take a unit and add it to your army, like one bit by a bit. It's such a great feeling of accomplishment. And I love these dudes. I love how they look. Now on the bases, what I did was I painted them in a khaki color, effectively this one. And then I took some black pastel and I grounded up this stuff. And I mixed it with water and flow aid. And I was like, I want the bases to look like they live in a desert, but they also live in like a super industrialized area. Lots of smog, lots of soot collecting on the ground. It's like a wasteland, but like that's super ashen. I even got to use the black tufts from Gamer's Grass, just because I thought it would work here, kind of on an alien world, and then it's very small little desert tufts. So I basically washed over the khaki with that wash that I made, and I wanted it to look super dusty. But what I didn't think about was that by adding in this flow medium stuff, this stuff right here, it was going to change how matte the paint appeared, because this has a finish as well. And so it kind of just, I kind of just made a black wash, needlessly. I could have just used a black wash like from Vallejo Game Color. The new one is very matte. And that would have done probably the exact same thing. It doesn't look particularly matte. That's a lesson I learned. All right, Incubi looks so sick. Thank you so much, Varsidian. I appreciate it. Those are pretty. Corona Cobra, appreciate it. I love that. Thank you, Swanshawn. Thank you, Cycle Fractor. And also, goddamn, Scott looks so much better after the up in color change. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, of course, yes. We had a few people come in and they're like, are you gonna do some more work on the blades? And I'm like, they're not painted yet. They're just like basically they're like maroon and khaki overspray. But I'm glad you guys like it now. Zeus1 says, well, luckily I'm retired, so it's not lack of time. I think maybe because I have a hard time deciding on a color scheme or something. I painted some 40K years ago when I was a kid. I recently decided to pick up SS hobby, but can't pull the trigger on painting. Gotcha, okay. Well, just make it easier on yourself, Zeus1. Why not just start by copying their color scheme? And I don't mean like copying how they paint, because how they paint is very challenging, or it can be very challenging. Just copy the colors, you know? If you want to paint some ultramarines, just do blue and gold, and maybe a spot color there, red. Like that combo right there just works very well. So copy first, get your bearings on like how paint handles, what a brush feels like in your hand. You know, just kind of figure that stuff out first. And then once you kind of figure out some technical groundwork to stand on top, then you can like kind of experiment from there, from a base of confidence. When you have to like kind of do all things all at once, it can be very overwhelming. So just limit what you're working on, just work on basic technique. And then once you're done there, then you can kind of experiment and play around some more. Eons of J at Eons of Battle. What the fuck? What a Twitch name. I love that. And also thank you so much, Jay. Got some models done. Get some points on the board. I wouldn't really compare Brown to Frazetta. He's more somewhere between Wayne Barlow and Caravaggio. I mean, you are miles ahead of me in terms of knowing classical artists. So I have no idea. Could you do a guide / write down the paints used on an Instagram post when you do post some more of the Drukhari? I would love to. I think there is no scheme for these guys. These guys were a total experimental wash. But I would love to do a video where I am painting a unit of Drukhari for my army after I've like totally nailed the scheme and like the order of operations is settled and everything. I would love to do that. So you black wash them with extra steps? Totally, yeah, it was a total waste of time. It seems that way at least. But you don't know that kind of stuff until you try and fail. So I no regrets. Safe to say you took some inspiration from Dune on them bad boys, or Dune-esque? Yeah, I think so. I think it's hard to deny that. I don't think it was intentional. At least right now, that's not what I'm thinking about. But it's hard to deny. It's hard to deny. The finish on the weapon at the tip of the blades on the left front model looks so sweet. Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah, that's that Molotov chrome with a bunch of Tamiya clear on it. And I wanted it to be more blue at the tip than at the hilt. I don't know if that it isn't really translating in the way I wanted to, but I have an idea for the future ones that I think will work great. Wayne Barlow is the GOAT. Okay, Eons of J. Eons of Battle. J at Eons of Battle. Knows what you're talking about. Blue Kiwi, sup dude? I just recently started playing a Song of Ice and Fire and saw your videos on YouTube. Good stuff. I play good here too. Awesome. Glad to hear that, Blue Kiwi. Welcome to the stream. My worst painted model is still better than my best unpainted model. Yeah, I mean, that's another great way to say it. I'm not sure if everyone feels that same way, unfortunately. What up, Rufus? Missed you last time, buddy. Sumikito. Also, yeah, I know Zumi is painting some sexy ones though. He's taking a long time. He's making it look real nice. If you want to use ground up pastel as a dust, I found that spreading a thin layer of Lamia medium on where you want it, then sprinkling on the powder works. It sticks to the base, but doesn't change. Hey, that's a great idea, Coronary Jump. That is a really fun idea. Yeah, I've heard Caravaggio's name before, so I assumed he was some kind of like old school painter. Barlow is still up to date. Okay, gotcha. So not a classical painter. Yeah, that's fair. I have like 2,000 points of Krieg. I suppose I just need to bite the bullet and prime them. Yeah, absolutely. At the very least, get them primed. Yeah, why not? Might be worth thinking about like how you want to approach that. It doesn't honestly matter, but you could just re-prime them if you feel like you did it black and you wanted a lighter base coat. It's not a huge deal. Those boys be hailing from Salusa Secundus. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Nothing wrong with trying out something new. Yeah, absolutely. Learned that while trying Team M last week. Yes, trying and failing is a great way to learn. It absolutely is. Not sure if you talked about it, but any chance you're going to Nova this year? I don't think I'm going to Nova this year. Definitely in kind of a do less mode right now, just because being a little burnt out. And so anyone that approaches with opportunities for me, I'm kind of just like, I'm taking a chill pill for the moment, and just seeing what I can accomplish. How to say this? I don't know. It's like I feel burnt out, and so I'm just trying to do a little self-preservation at the moment. It's hard to know how you're gonna feel in months from a certain time period, and so maybe I'll reevaluate then. I don't know. Not a great answer to the question. Go to Nova, Scott. Chill at Nova. The thing about it, though, as a thought, is that going places is never chill for me. Never is. Hey, can I ask if you have a way to keep from jumping too far between each blend when blending skin and shadow? I feel like I jump too far too quickly. Give me a second on that question. Scott, thank you. From watching yours and John's videos this past couple of years, I really pushed my painting to the point where I won my first small painting comp in my LGS. Congratulations, Alexi. That's awesome. I never thought I'd be good enough, and your inspiration has really helped me. I'm really happy to hear that, Lexi. Congratulations. The idea of entering Gold Demon one day doesn't seem so impossible. I'm really glad to hear that. I'm new to airbrushing, and do you have any tips on getting the perfect blend for spraying paint? As with all forms of blending, it's important to not jump too far too fast. So like if you want to get a blend of, say, blue, and you want to end on turquoise and start on navy blue, you're obviously not going to do navy blue and then turquoise. You're going to have intermediate colors. And the more intermediate colors you have, the more seamless the blend is going to be. And then furthermore, the further to the extremes you get, the brighter your highlight, the darker your shadow, the more you thin that stuff, the more you can kind of like sneak into that blend. So a thinner application is going to apply more translucently, and it's going to help you blend faster. And then I would say the last thing, Infinite Void. Don't want to forget about, well, actually, you know what? Jake the Baron had a good question too that I want to answer. Another thing that's very important with airbrushing is that, like when you're trying to, say, apply a highlight to a shoulder pad, like a Space Marine shoulder pad, you kind of find their position and you do a little burst of paint, like a little tiny amount, and then it's all air, Everything is buffeted with air from the airbrush. So you're pulling that air, you hear the hiss, and you do a little pullback on the trigger, deposit a little amount of paint, and then go straight back to air. The air then dries the paint on the shoulder pad, and you do it again. You do another little burst of paint. It hits the shoulder pad, you go back to air, it dries the paint. You kind of keep doing that, keep bursting the paint until you start to see something build up on the shoulder pad. And you're doing that because if you apply too great a volume of paint, then you're going to spread the paint with your air pressure. If you do little bursts and let the air of the airbrush dry the paint, then it ain't gonna move anywhere. And then eventually you build up opacity with your paint, and you can begin to see it. And you kind of just keep doing it. Don't move the brush. Keep it pointed at the same spot. Kind of keep spraying. And you'll see it build up, and it will naturally collect more in the center of the blast and less so at the edges of the blast. And so you will kind of just get a blend going automatically if you just do that slowly. Okay, how not to jump in highlights too fast. Really what it comes down to, I think, is just knowing how much of the previous layer you can cover up. And I think also another thing that makes it challenging when you're painting skin and like you're trying to highlight some dude's abs, and like it's you get this problem where you get these islands of abs, right? Where it's like, holy cow, the highlight is so tiny, the shadow is so large, and like all my abs just feel like they're surrounded by dark colors. I think part of that just comes down to covering up more of the previous layer. And also another hard part is when you base coat with such a dark color, you feel the need to keep that dark color around, but really you don't need to do that. So I think to help with that question, Jake, I think instead of starting from a dark color, maybe start from your mid-tone or a slightly lighter version of your shadow, because that can kind of help. It kind of comes down to experience, knowing how much of a paint you can cover up, so that it sticks around and still looks good at the very end of the process. I don't know if that's a great answer to the question. That post about the shadow point turning got me hyped, excited to see more of that. I'm glad to hear it. Jay says, if anyone wants another cool artist to look up, Terry Whitlatch. She did the creature designs for Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, amongst other projects. Okay, yeah, of course you would know about that person. Why settle for one Adepticon when you can have two? Just because it's a lot, you know? Adepticon's a lot. It's a lot of chatting, a lot of socializing. And I don't know if I need more of that in my life. You know, I'm becoming more of a recluse in my old age. Yeah, I bet, Zeus. I bet watching everyone paint models in different ways is muddying the waters a little bit. I think you just gotta try one thing. You know, you gotta have one plan, go for it, limit the scope of what you're trying to learn, and try something out, and then do an honest retrospective. Sit down with that model and that process. Honestly, you can do like tiny baby retrospectives while you're practicing. And it's like, okay, I did this thing, I didn't like it. Why didn't I like it? You know, like kind of just do that mentally while you're painting. What up, Spook Show Hobbies? I'm an introvert and Nova is the event that still charges me up. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Okay. Oh, God damn it, of course. The moment I want to begin painting, I bump the camera. Classic. All right, so we haven't used this red paint on this model yet, but I have a feeling that we'll be able to pull together all these colors. So when is the Miniac Crisis Protocol? Nice, I love that. AKA the MCP announced tournament. Asking for a friend. It's Evan. Evan is the friend. I'm not sure, you know? The two games, MCP and Shatterpoint, they feel very similar. And so it kind of feels like you don't necessarily need to play both of them. You can kind of just pick and choose based on the theming. And for me, Star Wars is always going to beat out Marvel when it comes to theming. Also, I'm just a little bit concerned about Tommy Mass Games, you know? They got Armada, they got X-Wing, they got Legion, they got Shatterpoint, they got Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's like one company cannot do all of this well, you know? It's just not possible. They can't care about all of those games effectively and service them the way that I want a company to service a game. I mean, totally honest. And so I don't know if I want to invest in two games like that, you know? Does that make sense? Or Evan, who will play MCP with him? Put me in, Coach Skuloth. What up? But actually, Scott, when? Just Seppuku with the Submarino. Rubbing to too much causes a red crotch, Mr. Vader. This is true. Translation, get fucked that thing. Something fantasy flight. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, but they haven't brought out anything for X-Wing and Armada in a while. That's the concern, you know? I'm concerned about that. No. We're not talking about AMG. I think right now Shatterpoint and MCP are their largest sellers. I would assume that is true. You're right, which is why Armada is already a red-headed stepchild. Yeah, unfortunate. They murdered X-Wing. Ugh. F. Exit Midnight. Long live Red Vader. Thank you, sir. What up, Plank Walker? Good to hear from you. All right, so thinking about NMM, Vader has got pretty much his whole shin pointed downward.
The armor flares out at the bottom, so maybe that'd catch some light. But also, the ground itself is a shitty light source. Just because light hits it, it reflects off of it, and then it bounces back up into it. And a highly reflective object is going to receive light. It's going to show that light source much more than a matte object. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the bottom of the shin armor a little bit where it flares out by the ankle, and I'm going to paint a larger area on top where it points down at the ground, which again is a shitty light source. But Jake the Baron, here's something applicable. So obviously this is painted in a dark maroon. And part of me wants to leave like 25% of the middle of his shin dark, but I know that I don't need that much shadow sticking around in order to give the NMM effect of having a lot of contrast. I need a very small amount. So maybe what I'll shoot for in my head is like 25%, which again, no one is actually sticking to these numbers so rigidly. That's what I'm going to shoot for in my head. I'm not too worried about making sure I don't get any paint and like all the little details and stuff. I can clean that up a little bit later. Okay. Legion still gets some love. I love that. I think Armada is officially a legacy game. They still make it, but I don't think they'll ever do anything new. Okay, cool. So they said somewhere on the internet, officially that game is dead and they're not going to make anything more for it. Is that what you're saying? See Ams? Yeah, I can lock it. Okay. Yeah. Yep. But actually on Armada, there are only so many spaceships that exist. With Legion and Shatterpoint, there are quite a list of characters and units they can still release. Yeah, maybe that's true. I feel like for the longest time I said that about A Song of Ice and Fire, and that game is still kicking ass. You know, I bet there are, having recently gone through the Star Wars RPG book, there are just the RPG book, like the three of them. There are so many spaceships. And maybe they got them all, but I seriously doubt it. Listen, I think X-Wing had an uphill battle as a product. Gone. Those mentions have been languishing for a bit. X-Wing might have died out for a while. Armada was never the biggest X-Wing. Legion is just calm before the storm. The Gungan storm? Oh god. I want to get into Star Wars game. What would you guys say have the best minis? Shatterpoint? Maybe Shatterpoint, just because they're bigger and you can paint less of them. So it's like it's fun to kind of put more effort into those minis. I've always wanted to get in Armada, but it was twice the price of X-Wing, and I was already playing X-Wing. Yeah, it kind of feels like you've made your bed. What tabletop games are you playing? Right now, I am playing. I mean, literally, I'm playing a ton of board games at the moment. Not a lot of war games, but most recently, I have played Necromunda and Shatterpoint. Those are the ones I'm playing. Shatterpoint has the best minis, quality-wise. The extra bit of scale helps massively. The Legion has far more variety. That's true. What up, Freddy? They recently got the Snow Troopers from the Han Solo movie. Whoo! Goddamn. Love that. Joyous Knight. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate it. You're back. Joyous Knight with his sub message says, been watching your content for years and you've inspired me to start streaming since I paint so much either way. I hear plenty of advice that just plowing content will eventually grant a following, but I feel like there's definitely more to it. Advice? Ooh, yeah. I think I like how you said it. Plowing content. Yeah, obviously there's more to it than that. I think part of content creation is finding a unique voice for yourself. Something different that you are offering the community. Which at first may feel discouraging, Joyous Knight. It may feel like, oh man, like there are already so many people in the world creating content for miniature painting. Like, how am I ever going to stand out? And like, you just gotta fucking hate, man. Fucking hate. You just gotta think creatively, you know? People like constantly every day are like redefining themselves, finding new angles of opportunity. And then when they find those new approaches to content creation, everyone follows them. And then the algorithm follows them, you know? It's like the reason the algorithm has popular formats for things is because normal humans discover them and then they proliferate them. And then the thing is like, oh, people want this, you know? And then it becomes a thing. It really isn't the algorithm that is driving viewership. It's people's creativity. And so you have to think about a way that you approach the hobby in a new way, you teach in a new way, any number of ways that you can be different. The subject matter you approach is new and not seen a lot. There are so many ways to differentiate yourself, and you have to kind of just think about that. I think that is also something. I think quality of the stuff you're making is huge. I think doing it with a unique voice and then doing it with regularity. Those things are all very important. It depends if they can use non-canon ships. Disney reduced the amount of characters, ships, and lore when they said EU no longer is relevant. Expanded universe, not Europe, European Union. Yeah, I think, give Filoni some time. He'll bring all the expanded universe stuff back into canon. Shatterpoint has already proven they can make up plenty of characters to fill in squads, only need to use known characters for primaries and secondary units. Yes, that is also nice. They have some generic schlock in there as well. Unpopular opinion, but Solo was pretty damn fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I totally agree with you, Spook Show Hobbies. I really liked that movie. Hey, Miniac, would you rather paint a Titan-sized Termagant or 1,000 Termagant-sized Titans? Ooh, probably, fucking A. Definitely a Titan-sized Termagant. Yeah. Although I would hate painting both of those things. Painting only while hanging upside down from the ceiling would be a great way to differentiate yourself. There you go. I mean, it sounds dumb, but that would probably do it. People watch America's Funniest Home Videos for a reason. It gets harder and harder every day, so get going. The European Union has always been irrelevant for many, many years. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I have no idea. All right. You are right, though, that an amount of constitution, the ability to plow forward is definitely necessary when it comes to succeeding in content creation. You need to really be able to just make content in the face of burnout, in the face of a lack of interest. You have to just get it done. That's where a lot of artists struggle. It's like, oh, I need to be productive and artistic and creative, even when I don't feel like it. I definitely have a struggle with that in the past. Nobody got me into the hobby via Legion. I went balls to the wall in it. I have a full Republic army, but then Shatterpoint came out and I'm like, shit, do I need to get into another game? Hell yeah, I do. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm curious what that first shot of Han Solo was like, Revis Kit. I have so many Etsy orcs to paint for Kings of War. Gonna paint them so fast. Nice. Give be very frustrating too when a video you spent hours on does terrible and one you've thrown out does really well. You're welcome, Joyous Knight. Whoo! These are the kinds of paints that I would want to use if I were painting a bust. Because the thing about artist grade paint, and these are being sold alongside artist grade, or sorry, like artistic busts. The thing about this paint is that it is thicker. And I wish I had that Monument Hobby Pyro Red to illustrate what I'm about to show right now, but like for the sake of comparison, we'll just use this. It certainly doesn't use the same pigment, but we'll just do this for comparison's sake. So like, let's say these two paints use the exact same pigment, Pyro Red. PR254. If these were the same volume of paint, which they're not, this is 30 milliliter and this is something else, 18 mil, so about half a size. So this has like 20 grams of red pigment paint in it, and this has like 40 grams, and that's only because it's twice the capacity. So when it comes to the ratio of pigment to medium, they're the exact same. So what that means is they're gonna look the same, and they're probably going to cover the same amount when unthinned. The only difference is the type of medium used. This one uses a thicker medium. This uses a thinner medium. So kind of more hard body, kind of more soft body. And what that means is when you want to paint a small, tiny figure, you have to thin this stuff so that the thick paint doesn't obscure details. Especially when you paint like me, which I'm like very messy in the beginning, and then I refine. If you're like accurate from the very beginning, you can make this stuff work probably. I wouldn't know. But the problem is you have to thin this stuff to make it usable for what I'm doing right now on this model, which is like really scratchy, thin painting. And the problem is when you thin it, it becomes less opaque. Whereas over here, you can thin it a tiny amount, it becomes usable for painting gaming figures, and then it's more opaque because it has less water in it. Does that make sense? Am I being ridiculous right now? Nerd fight? We nerd fight about Star Wars content? Double D's Minis girl painting? What up, JTP Crusade? Heavy body, my bad. But yeah, so the thing about painting a bust is because the bust has a larger surface area, it can take more texture from brush strokes and other various things before it becoming anything close to a real problem. And I'm not even saying that I'm getting close to a real problem here on this model. I can just see what is happening. So yeah, something to think about. I'm gonna keep painting with these paints though, because you definitely can. It's not impossible. Is it similar to the scale color artist line? I painted it with that a very small amount, but from that little amount that I did paint with it, it does feel similar. Maybe a little bit more matte, less satin. Good to make a YouTube short video about creating content. Yeah, sure. I have a list of shorts that I could be making if I wasn't I wasn't lazy. Stuff. This stuff. Everything they done with Morgan Elsbeth is just boring. Her story and background were boring. We are not painting a bust. Maybe her story and background are boring, Double D's miniatures, but like her with a glowing green flaming katana sword fighting a Jedi is not boring. That's very fucking cool, at least in my opinion. Taking my first painting class in Nova with the Artist Opus crew with a focus on dry brushing. Any tips? You want to get the most out of, you want to get the most out of a class. I think the best way to get the most out of the class is just to not worry about the other students' experience insofar as asking questions goes. Like, if you have a question about some kind of implementation, you just got to ask it. And you can't have that thought in your head where it's like, well, everyone else probably knows the answer to this question. I don't want to look like a dumbass. Like, you're probably helping out half of the people in that fucking room by asking that question. So just ask questions. Like, and also when they're coming around, as all good teachers should, like they teach a little, they walk around and look at your stuff, show them your stuff, and be like, hey, am I messing up? Am I doing something wrong? Like, let me know. Give me some feedback, because that's the whole point of a class, is that in-person feedback. Do either of the Chimera or Scale Color heavy body paints self-level any better than typical artist grade ones? Ooh, that's a great question that I do not know the answer to. Hey Miniac, why do you think GW has not released any Knight-sized tyrants yet? I think they would be such a no-brainer. Kaiju versus Knight would be so awesome. They kind of just dropped the ball on Tyranids for a super long time, just in general. So maybe that's why, is they just weren't prioritizing that race in 40K for a very long time. Allow yourself to be guided. That's a very good point as well. Maze Trankos. When it comes to a class, you are there to learn how someone else paints. So when it comes down to it, you need to paint how they paint. If you just lean on what you know, it's so useless, right? You're just painting how, you're just basically using that class as a color scheme guide. You're maybe using the colors they use and painting how you want. You need to paint in the way that they're describing, and it's probably gonna look like shit, and you're probably gonna struggle. And it's kind of part of it, honestly. You're there to struggle, pretty much. So yeah, actually do what they're telling you to do. Don't lean on things you already know, unless it's what they're teaching. Ahsoka had some good visuals, but that's about it. Yeah, that's fair. I think story-wise it was okay. It kind of does the thing that all popular movies do at some point, where it's like, here is a really, really difficult challenge. Oh, we accomplished it without any issue. And it's just like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. There's a little bit of that. Or this thing that, where it's like, here's this super unbeatable villain, tactical mastermind. Oh, we got beaten. It's just like, okay, God, Jesus Christ. Someone's got to lose at some point. Yes, Sir Blame. Red Vader. They did Thrawn dirty in that show. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Thrawn was so underwhelming, they beat me just exactly like I planned. Yeah, 3 episodes in a row. Yeah, no shit, right? What sort of expenses have people had with painting classes? What sort of expenses? You mean like the teachers? Like, are you trying to ask like how to justify the price of a painting class. I can't speak for anyone else, but travel can be an expense sometimes. Any materials they supply is an expense. Like we have like a laminated spiral bound helpful guide called a quick reference guide people can follow while we're painting in the Duchess class. That is an expense. I'm not sure if I'm understanding experiences. Okay, experiences. What sort of experience? I'm an idiot. God damn it. What sort of experience do people have with painting classes? Yeah. I'll let chat answer that question. What sort of experiences have you guys had with painting classes? Has it been largely helpful? Has it been not so helpful? A mixture in between? Let Benfet know. My bad. I remember expensive. You guys are talking about Star Wars stuff that I have never seen before. Do video tutorials count? No, I think he's talking mostly about in-person classes. So we got some thicker, more opaque coats of paint down now. And now I'm kind of just painting the middle of the shin with a darker glaze with some of that red and black mixed together. The first coat of paint we were doing. And I'm going to continue taking this pretty much pure pyro red with some water mixed into it. And I'm going to continue to paint the areas that should be bright and opaque. I think what I'll start to do is mix some white into the red to get a pink. And then so I can start really increasing the opacity on this red stuff. Okay, a lot of people talking about classes in the comment section, and I can't read them all. Unless I want to just stop painting completely. Okay, I'm going to hit us with a hairdryer real quick. Okay, let's start to paint in some of the detailed lines here so I kind of know what to be focusing on. Okay, starting to see that kind of clamshell knee pad. Scott, you're not here to paint, you're here to talk about Dune and Star Wars and horror movies. I did watch a horror movie this past weekend. I watched a movie called Prey, which is a B horror movie that I picked up in Blu-ray form because I am a degenerate. That's pretty good. Director Krennic. So not the Predator movie? Oh no, this is an older, much shittier movie, undoubtedly. I forgot that there was that Predator movie called Prey. I had forgotten about that. I should check that out. Director Krennic. Have you seen Mandy? Oh, hell yeah, dude. I've seen fucking Mandy. Mandy's wild. It's a wild movie. I need to watch that movie again. I think I watched it on like a really trashy TV, and it made the experience worse. So I think that movie is definitely a visual one, at least for some amount of the enjoyment. Director Clinic. Prey, a Predator series. Oh, I thought that was a movie. Is great. You would like it. Okay. The Predator Prey was fan. Man, okay. The Predator's Prey. Hold on. Is there both a movie and a TV series called just Prey? Prey? It is a movie. Oh, you're saying Prey Predator series, as in the one that belongs to that one. Got you. Okay. Understand. I was wondering if there were any images of the incubi you were working on. Looking for a bit of inspo on my own. I can just show you mine. I don't have any pics yet. I did just take some. And I posted them to my Patreon behind the scenes post. But here, let me get a little focus on that. A little focus action. Here are my lads. Color Out of Space, also amazing. I like that more than Mandy, if I'm being totally honest. The one I haven't seen is Over the Black Rainbow yet. That kind of lives in that same movie genre. Colorful horror movies that are weird and psychedelic. Prey is honestly the best Predator movie since the original. Holy shit, I should really check that out. Speaking of horror movies, I'm currently writing a horror campaign for my D&D group. Any good suggestions for monster movies that take place underground or in the dark? Well, there's one that people always talk about when it comes to underground spelunking horror movies, and that would be the one with an all-female cast that always escapes my memory. Someone's definitely going to say it in the comment section. The Descent. Thank you, Guy Montags. The Descent is the one I'm thinking of. Gaia might be another one. I think that's one about a big pit in the ground, and it's all very naturalistic. It's not a good movie, but it has like underground elements. Beyond the Black Rainbow. Thank you. I took one class at Gen Con last year. I learned a lot. Nice. Okay. I still need to see Color Out of Space, but I've always kind of viewed Annihilation as a spiritual adaptation of that same short story. It might be. And actually, you could definitely put Annihilation in that same category of like horror movies that are, what is the word? Psychedelic horror. Surreal. The Void. The Void is not underground so much, but also lives in that category. You are right. Yeah, can the movie be a sci-fi movie as well, or does it have to be a fantasy movie? Did you watch Star Wars Visions? No. Oh, I didn't. But I really want to. The Star Wars anime t-shirt I have is from Star Wars Visions, actually. I liked the first, you and I had the exact same review of The Void. I thought the opening was really weird and fun and interesting, especially in the very beginning, the very first act, where everyone's standing outside of the hospital, and it's just like, what is going on? Like, this is creepy, this is weird. They're not doing anything, they're just standing there, and then it just kind of totally derails itself. Star Wars Visions is pretty good. I'm glad to hear it. I do want to watch it. I really do want to watch it. All right, let's get some white in this red to increase its opacity just a little bit. I could also just paint with pure white. Maybe I should do that. Definitely worth watching. Awesome. You should. There are a bunch of short stories and different animation styles. Oh, that's really cool, actually. I'm generally not a fan of anthologies, but for some reason that is really interesting to me. Visions has a couple of episodes, but personally I think it pales in comparison to Love, Death, and Robots. Okay. I feel like I've heard of that, but really know nothing about it. Love, Death, and Robots. Eons of J says, I liked Visions a lot, but it reminded me of Star Wars Tales comics. Star Wars Tales comics. That is a thing I've never heard of, unfortunately. LDR is phenomenal. Visions, like most any anthology, has some good and some bad. It's a Netflix series. Okay. Okay. This is supposed to be a miniature painting stream, but really what it turns out to be is just you guys suggest content for me to watch and be lazy. Really, if there are a lack of videos, it's really you guys to blame. It's a Twitch stream. It's not me. I can't be blamed. All right, so we're painting with some pink paint. It's gaudy. It's ugly. And then we're going to cover it up with some more actual red paint. The white helps with opacity. How dare you? Star Wars Tales is the name of Star Wars comics aimed at younger audiences. Gotcha. Okay, so the Vision stuff is a little bit more for a younger audience, according to Jay, perhaps. I definitely want this Shin armor to be not as bright as the other one, because it really is mostly just facing down at the ground. It's recessed into the mini. Like, this is a prominent foot right here, so I want that one to definitely be brighter than what's going on over here. Star Wars Tales is the not sure I would lump Visions in with that. Gotcha. Okay, a little bit of dissent there. I do want to watch it, Star Wars Visions, if not just to not be a poser and wear a Star Wars Visions t-shirt. Of course, you couldn't see any of that because the giant unfurling cape was blocking it. All right, so we're taking some thin Pyrrole red, and we're just gonna paint right over this. And we get this lovely, I probably shouldn't eat that paint. Lovely, it dries really fast. This paint dries really fast. Does it dry fast? Again, the thing is when you're painting a bust, or anything that's physically larger, you're using a higher quantity of paint. And when you're using a higher quantity of paint, then it dries slower. So it's hard to say. Oh my God, it's J-Rod. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. Star Wars Visions, The Ninth Jedi is 10 out of 10 IMO. Okay. Off topic, but get any further on Dune Messiah? I'm at page 105, I think, whatever chapter that is. I started to read that chapter, and it's Paul Atreides is like in a private meeting with they just gifted the Gola of Duncan, Idaho to Paul, and like the Bene Gesserit mother, Helen Mohayim is she's like in a prison cell in on Arrakis. That's where I'm at. I don't know. That's how far I am. What's nice about painting in this way, where you kind of like introduce like super bright pops of white color, is when you glaze over it with the red, you also inevitably glaze over like your darker midtone with that same red, and like with each pass, you're kind of like bringing the two colors closer and closer together, more and more blended. Oh yeah, his name is Hate, Hayte, not Duncan, Idaho.
That whole idea is very interesting. It's like, why do the navigators or in the Telelu think they can get away with that? Like, why do they think even that Paul would like be okay with that? And two, why is he okay with it? Like, why is he accepting this gift? He even like says, or at least he thinks that like, hey, there could be a problem with this. This seems problematic. So I'm curious to see how that develops. But no, I'm not reading it very fast. I actually I went to Wisconsin this past week, and that's normally prime reading time. But I read a rule book for an RPG instead. I read the rule book for Eat the Reich, which I did play a session of this weekend, but unfortunately we did not manage to finish, which is a little sad. But I do want to actually finish that campaign because it was so much fun to play. Have I seen the Dune MMO? I have. I've seen just the books of it, but nothing beyond that. I just started reading Messiah for the first time last weekend. What are your thoughts so far? I've said this before, but I think the way they reduce the Reverend Mother Mohayim and also Princess Irulan to like kind of dumb doormats is lame. I love my spooky female characters. And like they're like, you know, very powerful in their own right. But they kind of just seem dumb. But you know, maybe they're dumb in comparison to the Kwisatz Haderach. You know, it's kind of hard to compare to that, which is totally fair. Dune books go off the rails after book one. Yeah, a little bit. Dune books are so not my tempo, and I read a ton of sci-fi and fantasy. Oh yeah, Andre, what's the problem with them? Why don't you like them? I can't continue with Dune series. The Children of Dune just got a little weird for me, and I gave up on the series after Messiah. That's fair. That's fair. Messiah is pretty good when it's all said and done. I think it'd be a boring movie. We'll see. We'll see what Denny does with it. Most women in the original Dune books are doormats. It's something that the movie did better. I kind of agree, Rufus. Oh, nice. I haven't been able to play it yet. Looking forward to diving into Eat the Reich. Yeah, I got to play a session of it, like a little 2-hour session. We didn't get to the bosses, which are called Ubermensch, but we got through 2 or 3 locations, and it was a lot of fun. I think the highlight of the role-playing was when the game is built on something called a Havoc engine, which is a little hard to explain, but effectively what happened in a role-playing sense is that one of my friends whipped a smoke grenade at 90 miles an hour at the head of a fascist, and like his head caved in, and it was fucking amazing. It makes you describe things in certain ways to make sense for what you're trying to do. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. The difference of reading for the plot versus reading for the story. Oh, I like that. What are you talking about? Guy Montags? They get very politically focused. Interesting. The chapter epigraphs spoil everything that's going to happen. Also, not the book's fault, but I've read/watched so much inspired by it that it's not as good. Same with Lord of the Rings. Interesting. I understand that. I get that a lot with movies. Is that it's like, okay, I understand that this movie was a trailblazer and that it did a lot of things for the first time. But also, there are a lot of things that came after it that just do better. And so I'm less interested in the thing that inspired the stuff. So I definitely get that. Just started TLOTR, The Lord of the Rings, and I'm gonna be honest, not a fan of Tom Bombadil. So much singing. Yeah, he sings a lot, dude. I haven't read that book series in a long time, but I do remember the songs. You take that back. Tommy is the best. Like Akira. I've heard that about Akira, but I haven't actually watched that movie, so I can't say. Wonka Bonk. I give it a sub. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, homie. All right, let's do another little highlight jam pump here, dude. Little jammer. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll kind of just paint over it with an translucent, saturated red paint. This is a very bright white color. Sun Eater, okay. I fucking love that name. That's what I named my Razor Wing jet fighter. I called it Sun Eater, and now I feel like I'm stealing. Kira is beautiful, and that alone is worth watching. Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that about stuff. There are a lot of books that have both a good plot and story, but sometimes books have a disparity. Dune has a better plot than it probably does a story, while something like Dan Brown's Angels and Demons has a better story and a weaker plot. Yeah, okay, I got you. That makes a lot of sense. I really personally enjoyed everything about Dune, the story and the plot. I don't know, got lucky, I guess. Also, I think the as we've stated in the past, the hype of the movies and just watching the movies is definitely making me enjoy it more, for sure. Undeniable. Sun Eater by Christopher Ruicchio. Book 7 out of 7. Should be coming next year. They're freaking tomes. I just watched Spaceman with Adam Sandler. It was a really nice, calm, introspective movie. Spaceman. You know, I always get interested whenever someone says Adam Sandler is in a legitimately good movie. Not because he's a bad actor, but just because he likes to be in a bunch of kind of bad stuff. Spaceman. But like Uncut Gems was amazing. Oh, this is a new movie. Oh, look at him. Jonathan Rank is the director. He also directed Chernobyl. All right, that's enough to add to the watch list. Spaceman, eh? Spaceman. What else is this guy in that's fucking good? Punch Drunk Love is good. Uncut Gems obviously is good. Man, he's in so many movies. Jesus Christ. Little Nicky, dude. Adam Sandler is in so many movies. Oh my God, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, good stuff. Funny People. I haven't watched that one. Someone once described Dan Brown's books to me as shallow but a fast-moving river. I find that as an apt description for a lot of best-selling fiction. Oh, that's fair. Nice, mix up pixels. Don't mess with the Zohan. Yeah, dude. Any Elric fans? I love Stormbringer stories that are great. Michael Moorcock is a terrific writer. They're great. I haven't read any of that. Couldn't finish Uncut Gems. Too suspenseful. You're definitely not too late to hang out. Remember the Adam Sandler animated movie, 8 Crazy Nights? No, I have no idea. I have no idea. Dune 2 was fun. It was very fun, yes. Rat Pain, I like the father. Thank you. Thank you, Rat Pain. I finally sat down on Sunday and watched Dune Part 2. Hell yeah, Mike. So glad. I now understand why Scott skipped Adepticon to go see it. In my defense, it was the morning of Sunday, and generally nothing really happens on that day. So I felt okay. I felt like I wasn't missing out. I'm so glad you got to see it though. And also ostensibly enjoyed it. It's a great movie. I haven't seen it in like 4 months and my teeth are itching. Remember the Lunch Lady song? No. It just for fun, mix up pixels, just on stream. I think I agree with you, Apocalypse Nurse. I honestly don't really know of a better sci-fi movie at the moment, at least for me. For me and my people. All right, let's take some of this Crimson ink, which is a little bit darker, but I think is how the rest of the red armor really got its kind of cold look. And we'll start to use this to glaze some of those little white placements of color. I need to see the Mad Max movies. You are right, Atsu. I'm especially excited about seeing Furiosa, but also the other nutty 80s movies. I do have to see that. I have to see that before I see it again. Mad Max 1 is goated. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. It's probably gonna be great. I'm probably gonna love it. I'm probably gonna see Furiosa a week from 6 days from now, on the next Monday. Saw it this morning. Banger of a film. Dark City is your all-time favorite sci-fi movie. When did you see it? Stop the stream. Watch Mad Max. Oh, I would love that. Saw it on, oh man, yeah, I would love to see that in fucking IMAX. That'd be amazing. Yeah, this is definitely the red color that we're using on the rest of the armor. Fuck, stop the stream. Just start watching it slightly off camera. We can all play at the same time. Can't we just get beyond the Thunderdome? Dude, I hear such insane things about, not insane things, but some people just really shit on those Mad Max movies, especially the second and third one. Honestly, I think you like them all. They're either actually good or schlocky. Yeah, I'm definitely into both the schlock and into actually good films. I don't know, I'm kind of into all of it. Do I have a reference image for glossy red? No, I don't, but actually one of my Sepulchral Guard patrons sent me an amazing one. Are you in my Discord server, Albino Black Sheep? I'm in the disco. Nice. Okay, then I'll send me a ping. Just send me a ping right now so I don't forget. And I will send you that picture. I really liked it. Megalopolis. about to be the best sci-fi movie of all time, if the reviews are to be believed. Ooh, okay. I didn't think that Megalopolis was a sci-fi movie. I thought it was something else, although I admittedly did not look into it very much. The Road Warrior is the best post-apocalyptic movie of all time. That and Wizards. Wizards? What about The Warriors? That movie fucking rules. At least I thought it did when I saw it a million years ago. Or Fury Road. Wait, what'd you say was the best one? Road Warriors. Okay. I just rewatched all the Mad Max films, and I think the first one is by far the worst. Beyond Thunderdome gets a lot of crap, but it's an actual coherent film and pretty fun. Mad Max 1 is a damn mess. I discovered Wizards when I watched Fire and Ice for the first time, and then I started to look for more Ralph Bakshi movies, and then I talked to, actually it was Jason from the founder of Monument Hobbies, and I like to ask people what their favorite movies are, just because it's fun to watch people squirm. No, it's just fun to hear people's opinions. And his favorite movie, one of his favorite movies, is Wizards. So that at that point, I put it on my watch list, but I haven't watched it yet. Warriors! Warriors is sick. I love the Warriors. Megalopolis has a 51% on RT. Yeah, interesting. Let's see what it's rated on a good old Letterboxd. Megalopolis. Francis Ford Coppola. Oh, it's definitely a sci-fi. Holy shit. Got Adam Driver, Giancarlo Esposito, Aubrey Plaza. Holy shit. Shia LaBeouf in it? Jason Schwartzman? Wait, isn't oh my god, it's got a lot of people in it. Let's see. I'm not seeing any reviews really on this movie yet. Can you see it live even? Or is it out for release? Because I don't think it would be if there weren't reviews on Letterboxd. Maybe not. I don't know. Thanks for the sub, Albino Black Sheep. Appreciate it. Judge Dredd was pretty... That is great. Judge Dredd is amazing. Flapjack Nickelsack says that it is a divisive movie. It's only been shown at festivals so far. Okay. We'll see then. We will hold our applause. Never heard of Megalopolis, but that cast, yeah, it's amazing. I've never been to a film festival, but that could definitely be cool to go to at some point in my life. Or something like NAB. I would love to go to NAB. Got some nice thin black lines in there now. I keep thinking of Metalocalypse now. Trying to darken down the middle area of this shin a little bit. had no idea Nick Cage is a Coppola. What is this a term that people use before? What's that beep? Is there a beep sound? Thoughts on Planet of the Apes movies? I have only seen the original, and it is really, really good. With Charlton Heston, right? That's his name. The Coppola family. Not related to Francis Ford Coppola. Well, then what are they then? What does it mean to be a Coppola? Half the famous actors in Hollywood are someone's kid. Shocking. Yeah, I'm confused. The new ones are pretty good? Okay, I didn't know that. I kind of just assumed they would suck. Like the Jurassic Park movies kind of suck. I mean, admittedly, kind of the first one is good, and the rest are kind of just like, you know, all right, you had a good idea, and now you're kind of just milking it. That's not entirely true. I take that back. I take that back. Ape Too Strong. Actually, everyone in Hollywood is someone's kid. That's funny. He's related to, okay, Nick Cage is related to Francis Ford Coppola, as is Jason Schwartzman. Okay. All right. Sometimes when I am just kind of like chilling here and talking with chat, I kind of just aimlessly paint. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. I feel like I'm kind of just trying shit out. So if you're watching and you're kind of like, man, what is he doing right now? I don't really know either. I can be totally honest. No, so I gotta remember to actually let you guys see what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, also, one other thing. I bought some minis and I want to show you guys them. Our movie double feature after Dune 2 was Lisa Frankenstein, and holy shit was it bad, but fun. I have not seen Brotherhood of the Wolf. Okay, so I got Vince coming over, and I challenged him to a speed painting duel. For a little Vigia action. Glad we can be here to learn what you're doing with you. I don't know if you're joking or. And so I wanted to find. I asked him what model he wanted to do, and he was like, "You get to choose." And I was like, "All right, I'll fucking choose." And so I was looking at my Bones minis options, and I found this one. And I mean, this is just an incredible model. This is $7. This is $7 fucking dollars. And it's well cast. It probably has too many details for a speed paint, but like, goddamn, this is a really good model for $7. Like, I was okay with shittier models for $7, but like, this is incredible. So I bought 2 of these, and I think we'll speed paint this, or we'll speed paint the female vampire from the Underworld set, because I happen to have 2 of those. But really good. Anne from Reaper just finished that one up. Nice. Way to go, Anne. I had a lovely dinner with Anne, not this past year at Adepticon, but the one before that. She's nice. I love the aesthetic of Brotherhood of the Wolf. Okay. I'm comparing these 2 shins. This is a bit warmer, and this is a bit colder. That is definitely the Scarlet doing that work. Trying to get a hold of the Blu-ray of Brotherhood of the Wolf. You know, Mike, I've been really trying to think about how to paint the rest of this model. And I'm kind of coming up with nothing, unfortunately. Like, I'm trying to think of like other neutral tones to use, or sorry, other red colors to use. You have like magenta, you have like, other things. I don't know what to do. He is called Red Vader. So I kind of wanted to paint him all red. But I feel like that will definitely not look as good as an all black Vader looks. But it'd be striking though. It'd be very striking. I don't know. The Markitect. That is indeed a red Darth Vader. Yeah, deep maroon could work, something like that. I think that's definitely a color I want to use somewhere, whether it's like on the cloak, the gloves, or something else. I think the decisions that I've made is that the parts that are furthest away from the core of him, like his cape and his gloves and his boots, those need to be darker colors. Whatever they end up being, they should be darker. And then his like leather suit in the middle here, and his pants, like that can be maybe a lighter color, a higher in value color. But what color that ends up being, beats me. No idea. These colors, they feather very nicely. This is more a black Vader reflecting red light, but maybe useful. You could base it off of the Imperial Knights from Legends. Imperial Knights. Here, we'll look that up. That sounds interesting. Legends being the expanded universe of Star Wars. Imperial Knights Star Wars. Let's see what we got here with these guys. Oh. All right, just to show you guys what I'm looking at here. Yeah, so they got that maroon thing going on. And then with white sabers. Yeah, so basically they did red for the armor and then this desaturated maroon literally everywhere else. The belt, the pants, the boots, the cape, everything is that color. Which is fine, but I want a little bit more variety. Okay, so they went for more of a khaki cloak here. And then a brown leather belt. Brown is a great color. It's kind of in that warm red world. Okay, again with the brown belts. Brown works. Brown cloaks and brown belts. Brown boots. Okay, I'm digging it. I mean, I like the look of these guys. They're cool. All right, that works. Appreciate the suggestions, Spook Show Hobbies. And we could do that. We could just paint a large portion of the model one color. I think what we'll do is this. Here's a question for you guys. So obviously he's got some kind of vest thing on that has a waistcoat. Like these two elements are connected. And this thing is not the color, it's not the same fabric or material or article of clothing as his cape. Like these two things are separate. Is this element, like his torso fabric thing, is that the same as his sleeve here? Probably, right? It probably is. But then is like this middle part the same? I feel like this thing, this waistcoat thing, is not the same as this. His arm. You'd say so? Okay. The metallic silver on the belt is a nice punch too. Yeah, some silver spot color would not be a bad idea. Even paint his eyes silver. That'd be kind of crazy. It seems like he's wearing a jacket of some kind. The thing that's tweaking me out is that the material of this little middle area here looks the same as his pants and his sleeves, but not this. This looks different. I think at the very least, we're going to do gloves, belt, boots as dark brown. Maybe even the cloak as dark brown. And then the waistcoat and his jacket thing as a dark maroon. And then his pants and his sleeves, I don't know. It doesn't look the same to me. Okay. It could go either way. I could see the red in a cape and black elements, just the gloves and the cape. Maroon cape sounds like a good idea. Maroon cape sounds like a good idea to you. Okay. Maroon. Well, we'll keep painting. We'll keep just futzing and making zero progress with the paint while I think about it, instead of not painting at all. I'm just trying to get some nice blends here. Okay, let's maybe get some edge highlights going here. A little too watery. You don't want too watery of an edge highlight, because then you lose control. But you do want it to be somewhat thinned down so that it flows nicely off your brush. And this giant chonker of a miniature painting handle can sometimes get in the way. VOD title: Scott paints a shin guard for 3 hours. Savage. What up, Francois Sava? Vader reference photos look like arms and legs have the same leather spacesuit base layer. Chest and butt cape. That's what I'm thinking here, J. Lee Lucas. That's what it looks like to me. Amos Steen, did you say something that I missed here? Pants and top are like a flight suit thing. Then he's got a flowy cloth on top. Yeah. That seems right. Okay. Let's just stop painting that shin for now and start painting some other materials so we can start slapping down some paint here. All right, here's what I want to do. Yeah, we're gonna do that. All right, we need a maroon color. It's marooning time. I like how I brought all that fluorescent paint home or back to the office and I didn't use any of it. Just use the normal red ink. All right. Okay. I want a nice dark maroon color. Here's another idea, is I could just look at this paint case to figure it out. Would it be worth checking out the 501st specs for what colors cloth are? Couldn't that be a bad idea? The 501st would just yell at Scott for painting the armor the wrong color. Yeah, you're probably right. You are probably right. This is a nice scarlet color. We could go with this. This and a black. It's not a bad idea. Just look at the red colors I have, just to kind of get inspired by them. So trying to find a good maroon color here. That is too red. This is a good one. Okay, here's what I'm coming back with. And they're kind of all the same color. Scarlet red from Vallejo Game Color. Dark Shadow. Shadow Flash. Dark Shadow Flash. Shadow Flash. Okay, so this is the shadow color for that color. Okay. Let's try out some AK. I haven't painted with AK in a long while. Tenebrous Gray. No, I need a black. I don't have a black from AK. It's so fucking annoying. All right. It's a matte paint though, so let's go with a satin black. I don't really want all of it to be super matte. So we'll grab some Abaddon black here. And we'll mix it with our dark shadow from AK here as our max highlight. If you have burnt red from AK, that's really pretty. Okay, let's see what I got. I might not have it. I don't have all of the paints from them. Deep brown. Reddish black. Oh, that could have been it, but that's not it. Tenebrous gray. Base flesh, dark rust, leather. Medium rust, dirty red. No, I don't think I have that color, but I did find this color though, reddish black. That feels like that could be a good workup for that, probably. What movie do we want to reference for Vader's colors? What movie? I'm not sure I understand. Just using a movie as a color palette inspiration? Is that what you're saying? Okay, let's do it. His appearance changes. Oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I understand.
I'm keeping some black behind in the recesses here. Kind of being inspired by that comic book, which like left a lot of black behind, but that's just like a typical styling choice for comic books. I did accidentally break off his lightsaber. I did not mean to, but we decided as a stream that it looked better if it wasn't a lightsaber. If we did like a Sith Warblade, or if we did a Darksaber. I think I'm settling on Darksaber. All the kids are doing it. Ha! I thought you meant like movies, color palettes. I was gonna be like Suspiria, I guess. Yeah, that'd be a good color palette for Red Vader, I think. Okay. Those are all the major areas of that material that I want painted, and now we'll do just a tiny highlight with dark shadow. I kind of want to get more of this model painted just so I can start to, because it's been living in my head just for so long, and I don't know if it looks good in my head, and so we just need to start slapping some paint down here to figure out what the deal is. That's so much brighter than that color. Let's do a little mix here. Do a little mixerino. It's not even... Okay. We need a skin color. Yeah, this will do. I mixed some of that red color in, and it didn't really make it any brighter. Which makes sense. Not a really bright color to begin with. Oh God. All right, so we'll mix some of the skin tone
into this mixture that we have here. And so it'll get a little bit warmer in red and also brighter. So it'll be effective for a highlighting color. All right, does this work? Let's see. Thank you, Sean Swan. I appreciate it. You said a lot of kind words during this stream, and I've noticed it. Thank you, man. Oh, also, if you have any fans of Mr. Venturella in the chat, I'll be on the next episode of Warhammer Weekly. Probably, I think with John as well. Okay. Tell me you're debating AOS. I have no idea. I'm assuming Vince knows what we're talking about because unlike me, he is an adult and comes prepared to things. It would be cool to talk about the changes to AOS that we know about so far, but I gotta believe that Vince has already talked about that quite a bit, given that he has a weekly Age of Sigmar show and all that stuff has been coming out for a couple weeks now. Yeah, I know. The new AOS does seem largely good. Like I'm pretty hyped for it. This feels a little crazy, but I think I want to paint the silver elements of this model with TMM paint and not NMM. I don't think it'll matter because so little of the model is silver that I don't think it's going to like take away from the red efforts on the Mini. Scott, you ever buy third-party tokens? Yeah, all the time. All the time. I love third-party tchotchkes from like Etsy and stuff like that. I love it. Working on my Slaves Darkness army. I'm going all cav. The Riders of Damnation. That is a fucking cool idea. That is very cool. Sometimes it's all you need, really. It's just a really cool jumping off point. Something that really inspires you. And carry you so far through a paint job. Kind of bringing some of those stripes back with a highlight color on the sleeves. We kind of minced a lot of those. Nice. I'm working on some for Necromunda to toss on Etsy. Does the size matter? Does the size matter that much to you? Probably not. I wouldn't want it to be too big. One token I wish I had for Necromunda that I don't have, and I know they exist, is just a pinned token. Because like currently, whenever a model gets pinned in Necromunda in my current campaign, we just knock it over on its side, which and then whenever a model is seriously injured, it gets knocked over on its back, or sorry, on its front. So it's facing down with its face when it's seriously injured, and then when it is pinned, it's on its back. But either way, I don't really want to put my models. I don't want to lay them down on the ground. And so it would be amazing to have just some tokens for that. And also, I need some tokens for when people are on fire. Because I am doing a lot of that. You got some pin tokens? Nice. Kedar, haha. I literally commented on one of your videos that you really like red, and I tune in and see what you're paying. Hell yeah, red. Oh, thank you, HUD. Appreciate it. I appreciate that. All right, let's see if I can get some of these lines back. Okay, we're gonna mix a bit more skin tone into this red mixture, just to get it even slightly brighter red. And then we're going to do a very, very scant highlight. Just on these higher up parts. Like on the tops of the thighs. Probably all over the arms. He really is the hobby daddy. What colors are you mixing for the highlights? White and orange, or just one of the two? For what I'm doing here on this bodysuit, I am using reddish black, dark shadow, and light flash. For the armor, it's the reds don't really matter. What really matters is how I'm ending with white and red inks. That's where they get most of their color. Using something like this. Crimson Red from Dollar and Rowney in conjunction with a white paint as an undercoat to then glaze on top of it with red inks and stuff like that. That's what's giving a lot of the hue right now. I would take a look at Deadly Print Studios. They have markers and whatnot you can 3D print. Yeah, actually a super long time ago, Deadly Print Studios. I didn't know about that for what you just mentioned, but a long time ago. They sponsored a video of mine probably like 6-7 years ago. So it's awesome to hear that they are going strong even today. I could paint the cape, the gloves, and the boots brown, and the belt, and keep like this waistcoat thing in the middle black. That's not red though. I think we need to lean into literally all of him being red. I think that's just a fun idea. Okay. Honestly, that's good enough for the bodysuit for me. Now we're right back to having to make choices. For Point Break. What's Point Break? Darth Daddy looking sick. Thank you. Appreciate it. They also have effects you have to add. Yeah, that's what the ad was for. Double D's minis that they were for muzzle fire that you could add to like Space Marines and stuff like that. Cold Shadow could really look cool if you're going all red. Yeah, definitely for some stuff that would look really cool. Good way to differentiate the reds as well. To have some with a colder shadow, some with a warmer shadow, for sure. Okay, now we know we can use brown. That's fine. Maybe what I'll do is just paint some of these elements that will be metallic silver, a nice black right now, just to kind of like let us see what the model is gonna maybe look like a little bit more obviously. Okay. All right, now I'm trying to visualize the model with a brown cape and a brown belt and brown boots and gloves. And then I'm trying to like, with that in mind, I'm trying to think about, okay, what am I gonna paint? Let's bust out a color wheel. Okay, I got a color wheel here. We got red, kind of an orangey, kind of a purple, kind of a pinky, kind of a maroon. This kind of helps us visualize just more colors of red, right? You add black, it turns into that. You add white, it turns into that. Blue turns into that. Yellow turns into that. And more red. Okay, let's look at this side as well. All right, so I would say any of these colors are kind of fair game. They're all red in a way, but probably these more so than any others. I don't want to have a cloak that looks like skin tone. I want like a dark color because it's kind of a behind the scenes detail here. Scaver and Mr. Funkadizzle, thank you so much for the subs. Appreciate it. Did I already missed the movie talk? You kind of did. We were chatting quite a bit about movies. I should look through Ninjon's color box. So close to 3 years of subbing. Hope you're doing good, Scott. Thank you, Scaver. Appreciate it. Well, I gotta go head back. Talk to you. Talk to you all later. See ya, Spooks Show Hobbies. Has your strike team changed at all since Adepticon and since your main tournament? Any plans to make changes? It hasn't really changed that much. It's just because I haven't really painted anything at all or bought any new models. Although I was looking at some of the models, the new ones, the new Imperial ones, and they look really cool and they have really awesome rules. And so I definitely want to be picking up some of those, especially the Inferno Squad guys. One second, y'all. What is this? That book must be at my house and not here. Vallejo Heavy Red is my go-to dark red base. Okay. I would almost say match the helm. Thinking of design's purpose being a silhouette of a hood and a cloak. Inside can be darker to not wash out the front view. You think his waistcoat cape should be the same color as his helmet? Like this helmet and this waistcoat cape? I would almost say match them. Are you planning on sticking with the Inquisitors? Yeah, probably not. They'll probably get phased out just because they are definitely the weaker aspect of my strike force. I do really like the Grand Inquisitor because he is so fucking tanky. I often will try to activate him first, run him up on a point, and have him on his defensive side, and he's just a beast. He has great ways he spends expertise. Like when he gets expertise in his defensive stance, he like turns crits and hits into misses. It's just very hard to push. So I like him for that reason. But yeah, they're not good. They're definitely not good. Waistcoat, I'm less sure of. I would think the waist cape could be darker than the black cape, but I may be locking myself into a box. Yeah, the cloak isn't painted yet. Anything that's black right now is not painted. Something could be black, but I kind of want everything to be red. The thing is that the cloak could be the same hue as the red armor, or something could be, but a different material. You know, I could like stipple it as opposed to making it look glossy and red. And that would be a way to like differentiate it. I could even go so far as like paint the red armor with like a satin medium
to make it look a little bit more satin, and then paint all of the cloak with matte paint, and that would be a way to get some contrast. Maybe we'll do that. And then this stuff, the waistcoat and his jacket and his gloves and his boots can all be brown. Gold pinstripes. Mike Genie, that is only ever going to be the right answer one time. And you already did it, okay? You already won your prize. Okay. Yes. He did nail that one. He did. It's undisputable. I do really like the one section on the inside of the waistcoat that's almost a brownish red. Yeah. Oh, this area, right in the mid skis. All right. Well, let's try the brown thing and just see if that looks like trash. It very well could. I love me a bit of Rhine Oxide. It is such a dark color, or scorched brown. Like both those colors, just look great. Let's do whole red though. Here's this color I really like. Let's do something different. Let's do both. Why not do both? Whole red is a nice warm brown, but so is Rhine Oxide. No, behind the leg. Fine, I'll do it myself. Yes, I want to see it. I do really like the one section on the inside of the waistcoat. Behind the... Okay. Yeah, I painted that. I don't know why I painted that. Hint Vader and the Sith Ewoks coming to Shatterpoint table near you. I wish I could click on any of these links that people are sending me. I feel like I need to be able to do that. Oh yeah, that's definitely a brighter red or a brighter brown. So we can use both these colors, both these browns. It'll be good. Okay. Man, freaking Rhine Oxide is so dark. It's such a dark color. Whatever we decide on, I'm definitely gonna paint the gloves last, just because I see how much paint I am wiping off of these elements. It's because they're just so extraneous. This brown and this pink may look trash. We will see. I mean, it looked good in the comic, in the Imperial Knights scheme, so no reason why it can't look good here. It's hard to tell which bits of this belt are leather and which bits are supposed to be silver. I think I'm doing it right. And there are other ways to kind of like change the look and feel of a color on your model. Like for instance, I could like slap a red decal right here on this nice big flat area of like an Imperial logo, and that would like make it look and feel different. To have that large portion kind of a different symbol. Just give Rufus the ability to inject a screenshot into the stream live with no approval needed. What could possibly go wrong? You know, I trust Rufus. He certainly wouldn't abuse that ability. Right, Rufus? It's just Thanos. Okay. He likes this idea, unsurprisingly. Fucking handle, man. Hey, Jamie Dagger is rated with Party 69. The dreaded number. Thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. I don't know about that brown. Yeah. Let me make it brighter, and then we'll decide on the brown. What up, Jamie? Hey, Scott. Hey, chat. Happy Tuesday. That red Vader be looking sharp. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's see if I can get it back in this miniature holder. I think the fact that the brown is like right next to this like pinky color we have, this like kind of mauve, it's not looking great. But I think if I make it lighter, like if I highlight it with more brown color and it's not so dark, I think it will look better. I am living on a prayer though, I'm hoping. Jamie, what were you working on in your stream? What are you painting up? I strategically / ceremonially ban people at the end of the stream until we hit the funny number. Nice. That is hilarious. I hope that's true. Red Vader. Kia Ora. She was drawing Pokemon, no matter what. She said she was doing. Okay, back from the ads. Sorry about that. Listen, if all you know about Jamie's stream is that she draws excellent Pokemon, and that's all you really know. All you really need to know to give her a follow. Sounds like Jamie struggles with what I struggle with, which is chat distracting me from my productive goals. That's what we're here for. Okay, that's where it comes from. Trying to paint today and ended up drawing for like 2 hours. Nice. Hey, Scott, look over here. Ha, wow. Hey, Fido. The armor looks really good. Might use it as a reference point. Okay, cool. Love that. Do it poorly means make bespoke masterpieces. Oh, thank you, Rufus Kit. I'll check those out for sure. I never really thought about looking at
costume designs for color scheme inspiration, but obviously that could work very well. Okay, let's start to highlight some of this and hope that it looks good. Because right now I'm concerned. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Appreciate it. This is not what I imagine I would hear in a Miniac stream. What's that, Tripil? The brown is working. Okay. That was the best attempt to be distracting. Hello, and by the way, your red Vader is looking nice. Thank you, Fido. It's very easy to distract me. Looks a bit like pinstripe trousers. Yeah, they're all one color, but there's definitely stripes sculpted in the pants, and so I kind of wanted to keep those around. The easy listening music. Yeah, you know, metal is great and all, but when you're trying to paint minis, it's not the most easy to focus on music. All right. This will also make it look a bit more red, methinks. This is a substantially different color. Oh, man, now you guys can see it. I keep having to increase the exposure so you can see all these dark colors I'm doing, but man, it's really blowing out other parts of the shot here. I want you to see this color, but you really can't see it at all. We had a nice Baby Metal Rat-tat-tat inspired radio in Jamie's stream. Baby Metal. Painting minis to Devil Driver might be a challenge. Yeah, it gets a little challenging sometimes when the music is you know, listening to metal music is an activity in and of itself. I wouldn't do things while listening to metal music. Well, I mean, I do that as well. All you have to do to distract Scott is bring up Dune. This is true. This is true. I find that metal helps with mini painting personally. Anything too calm makes me sleepy. Okay, that's fair. Alrighty then. Luckily, I haven't fell asleep while painting yet. I did get pretty close though. Well, yeah, when I was painting for 38 hours straight, I did get pretty close to falling asleep. I'll tell you what, I fall asleep a lot while watching movies, and that never used to be a problem. And I don't know why it is now, but it makes me sad. I don't know if this brown is working. This looks potentially worse. Hold on, let me just take a look at this model, because I think I'm killing it right now. And not in a good way. Fuck. Sorry about the fucking camera. Scott wouldn't Dune things while listening to metal. Whoa, what? Electric Callboy and Baby Metal is the only minis music. Okay, I'll check it out later. Scott's favorite new band is LS Dunes because it reminds him of Arrakis. Oh my gosh, same. Movies have the right formula for making me sleepy for some reason, and it makes me sad too. Luckily, I don't fall asleep too much while watching movies at like a reasonable hour, but like sadly, when we get into like the 10, 11 p.m. area, I fall asleep and yeah, I feel ashamed. I was making a Dune shoulds sounds like doing things. I was making a Dune shoulds like doing things. Sounds like, yeah, no, I got it. I'm just, I'm bad at making your jokes sound funny when I'm reading them out. That's really what it comes down to. In Scott's defense, I'm a horrible air drummer and I can see missing strokes if I have something hitting too hard. Just be joyful. Just be thankful AZ didn't hit us with an Arrakis D. Yeah, okay. That definitely was coming down the pipeline. I'm also bad at typing them, apparently. Yeah, you're bad at typing them. Maybe I'm bad at reading them. We all have some blame to take here. Except for Mike Genie, Janae. He does nothing wrong. Ever. Oh, no. I think we're going to swap. I think this inner jacket area, God damn it, I feel like I'm painting the wrong area the entire stream. This inner jacket waistcoat thing is going to be red, but fabric red. So not shiny like the metal, but just like your standard fabric red. The gloves and boots are going to remain the same, and then the cloak will be brown. But I think that this inner suit jacket thing should not be brown. It's just too much desaturation right in the middle of the model, and it's kind of all consuming. He becomes less Red Vader and more something else. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. Janae! Hey, how you doing? Nice. It's been 2 years? 2 years! I think it's not been that long. Got a jet off to a concert. Ooh, fun. To kick off the birthday week. Thanks for being Rascot. Have fun with this cool Vader. Thank you very much. Enjoy the concert. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, Qatar, you're right. There isn't enough separation. That's definitely one of the problems. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's paint his jacket with the same color that we were using to mix a highlight with for the other parts. Just so we're kind of keeping it in the family. But then we'll highlight up to a brighter color. More in line with the armor. But again, just not so shiny looking. That way also the waistcoat and the belt won't be the exact same color as well. We'll get some different looks. Hey, gotta keep them separated. My main concern is the neck area and what that's gonna look like brown. Yeah, that could be problematic. Having the head kind of like floating in the air.
I need some more of this paint. What even is this paint? Is this dark shadow? I think this is dark shadow. Oh, chat, did I tell you that I watched the movie Cats? I don't know if I did. But yeah, it was my wife's turn to pick the movie. And she was like, do you want to watch Cats? And I was like, absolutely I do. So I know I want to see that movie at some point. I just didn't know like when the right time would be. And apparently it was a week ago. Why would you do that to yourself? I think you should just switch to converting him to a Star Killer miniature instead. Is he a Star Killer miniature? Is that guy mostly red? I thought he was mostly black. Was Cats as bad as it looks? So many people. I love all the comments. I'm sorry. Turns out it was never the right time to watch that movie. Did you watch the regular cut or the one that they didn't CG out all the buttholes? I don't fucking know. The butthole cut is a myth. If you give Cats a 3 out of 5, I'm gonna riot. Be prepared for another pandemic because Cats cost the first one. Scott triggering his entire audience with Cats. Honestly, I did not even rate the movie. Just because like I really didn't know what to expect walking into that movie. But man, it's so strange. It's so bizarre. It's like there's more singing and music in that movie than there is just regular dialogue. And like maybe for someone who like is familiar with musicals, that would be like, you know, kind of par for the course. But I kind of hate musicals, so I wasn't expecting that. And it was just very jarring. And it was so musical that I felt like I wasn't even watching a movie, if I could be totally honest with you. So it was interesting. It was a really interesting experience. It was definitely so fucking bad it was good at times. Like that was definitely a feeling that I was getting. Sorry, you can't see what I'm painting right now. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't regret it. I don't regret watching it. It did create good memories. It was bad. But I mean, like, it wasn't. I can't really say it's bad because like I don't know how to review that kind of movie. But there were times where the what the fuck factor was very high. Because you can't give it a negative score. Those cowards don't want us to have the Cat's butthole edit. 2 out of 5, not as good as the movies. Yeah, that was pretty close to my review. You almost nailed it. Yes, Allison, it did create good memories. The messed up part is that the actual underlying plot of Cats is kind of cool. Is it? That's the other thing. What the fuck is it? What's a jellicle cat? Like I still have no idea what a jellicle cat is. Yes, more singing than dialogue is 100% normal. Is that normal? I feel like I've seen some musicals and it's normally kind of more like 50-50 or like 60-40 in favor of dialogue, but like Cats was like 90-10 music to dialogue. It was crazy. Wife and I turned on the new Willy Wonka movie, realized it was a musical 30 seconds in and then turned it off. Yeah. Cats is an amazing musical if it's not done by people on way too much meth. It did create good memories. It was bad. You weren't watching a movie, you were watching a musical. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's the thing, is that I felt like I couldn't really review it accurately because I really don't like musicals that much. And that was like such a fucking musical. Unashamedly.
The one thing I'll say about the Cats movies is like they had a strong idea, a very strong idea going in to the movie, and they stuck to it fearlessly for the entire movie and the entire release. At least it seemed that way. Like they were committed, and I'm for that kind of commitment. You know, if you're gonna fail, you gotta fail big. Okay. If you like Jellicle Cats, you're gonna love Pollicle Dogs. What? How is Rufus Kid able to post all these links in the chat without it just absolutely mincing him? What's going on? Do you have some kind of special privilege, Rufus? It's about a crazy group of super-powered cats that all vote which one of them has to die and be reborn in some kind of creepy cult ritual. Is that what was going on in the movie? Did my wife like it? No, she did not like it. Oh, you gotta watch it, Kedar. You gotta watch it. It's fucking wild. It's a wild movie. Evan gave a few of us link privileges before he got... Oh, it's just permanent. Okay. I knew he got it at some point. I didn't know it was a forever thing. He owns this stream now. Is that what that diamond is? It's VIP? Reminds me when Morbius was getting memed on so hard that they tried re-releasing it into theaters and it bombed again. Sag. Yeah, no, Ash. She did not like it. She did not like that movie. Okay, we got some Dark Shadow down. Now let's just keep going. Let's keep going with the Chimera, not Chimera, saying the wrong brand here. The AK Interactive Red, the red vibes. Okay, I think Dirty Red seems like that would make sense for the next color. It's actually maybe not. It's more of a scarlet, and I don't want to do scarlet because that's kind of what the armor is. I want more of a red. So we're going to mix this color called Deep Red into this color we just base coated all of the cloth parts with. And we'll start building up a highlight with that color. That and farts. AK Black Red. Yeah, I got Black Red out here. We used that earlier for his like bodysuit thing. Okay, not gonna lie, this is looking like trash right now. But no, there's no buts. We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back. Don't worry. Don't worry, stream. Red Vader will look big pimpin'. Fret not. I think one thing I say in my course on painting the Ranger is like it would be a failure of mini painting if you were to look at one of my paint jobs and say a number of things. One of the things I honed in on was like, oh, that was a great experiment in green. Like, I don't want you to think that this is an experiment in the color red, you know? I want it to look like an actual good scheme that just happens to also use all red. But failure does happen sometimes. And we may be experiencing it right now. Maybe. This is a big, big piece of fabric. Oh shit, that's the wrong color. Wrong color! No butts? Oh, you want to see that? You want to see that? You want to see back there, dude? Oh, it's too hard. We can't see back. We can't see the Vader's butt cheeks. Fear not, brother. Scott, what do you do to brighten and intensify a red? When I add white, it turns pink. In order to saturate, if I add yellow, it becomes orange too quickly. I would say do some pink. Don't fear the pink. Push the pink and then come back over it with a red ink. Like a fluo ink or a nice saturated red ink. Yeah, so push into the pink. Push it into even pure white and then glaze over top of it with a highly saturated red ink. Try that. I think you gotta lean into the all red all the time aspect and then distinguish surfaces with textures and finishes more than shade. Yeah, I think a combination of those things is probably gonna be required. I think you're right. Pink is really a brighter and more intense red. If you're looking for a strong saturation, you try to aim for a higher density of pigment. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking about he's got like a dashboard in the middle of his chest, and I was originally going to paint that entirely silver, but thinking about Vader, I think the thing in the middle of his chest is black, and so I think what he's missing right now is something in the middle of his chest that is the same kind of red color as his armor. He seems a little kind of chopped off in the middle here. So I think we might paint the panel in the middle of his chest to look like red reflective armor outside of the buttons and stuff. We'll paint the buttons to be like whatever color buttons we want. But I think having some more red NMM in the middle of his chest will do some good for the paint scheme. Knowing Vader, it'd be a dashboard for easily ordering fast food. Yeah, absolutely. That's his MIDI sequencer for when he has to DJ the Imperial raves. Absolutely. I thought it was his custom vape setup. Vape Nash. Vape Nash, y'all. Actually, you know what? I think I just remembered something. I think that we painted the armor with Ultra Krill red, which is like a colder red. And I think I did that on purpose because I was going to paint other parts with Chimera red, which is like more of a a warm red, less of a cold red. So I think I might bust that out for the final highlights for this fabric, some Chimera red. We'll see. It's always hard to paint in between someone's legs on a cape. The edge of your brush keeps clipping the fucking... edge of the base. I feel like this color could also be his cape and it wouldn't be a problem. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Darth Skrillex. Vader is sub-ohming, ripping fat clouds. What the fuck does that mean? Sounds like someone took the word ohm and made a verb out of it. This is Vader's Coachella outfit. Speaking of fast food, you could easily pivot this into McDonald's Vader, dude. Oh my God, no, don't say that, Fido. You're ruining it. Chimera red, my beloved. Yeah, the red cape would get rid of the floating head effect. Yeah, I think even though these are seemingly different articles of clothing, it doesn't really matter. You know, it's kind of, it seems enough like it's all of its own thing. Looks like Magneto got put in the wrong universe. You know, you guys are all levying very valid criticisms of my paint scheme right now, but you know, I just need to forge ahead, largely for ego-related reasons. And you're all just gonna sit there and you're gonna say nice things about my paint job. Okay? Deal? McDonald's man. Are you really a McDonald's man? Thank you, Mr. Funkadizzle. Magneto has drip, dude. I think you need to dial it to 11. That Vader needs a yellow cape with a metallic gold liner. Maybe some pinstripes? Citizen Perfect? I find your lack of fries disturbing. Oh, God. The ice cream machine broke. Pray I do not break it further. Not me. I think it's great. Teenage me's favorite color combo is red and black. These orange highlights. Color theory checks out. Tubikins! Dang, got here late AF. Why doesn't it work? Understand, dude. Yeah, why don't they understand? There's this streamer who makes Vader out to look like a McDonald's mascot. Who doesn't want to watch that? Or a Magneto with drip. Or no, Magneto always has drip. I mean, what can you do when you're played by Michael Fassbender and Gandalf, Ian McKellen? It's gonna happen, you know? You're just gonna look like you have drip. Seriously, metallic gold with dark red works with dark red hard. Paint scheme is dope. Doesn't have to worry about rebel blood staining his boots or younglings. Wasn't there talk of a barbarian Vader? Yeah, there was. Fur-lined cape. Yeah, there was. I think that would be sick as well. I think that would look really cool. I think you need to... I don't know if Barbarian Vader works if he's all red, though. But that idea does work. It's crazy. It's crazy how much that armor looks scarlet now. And not red. It's actually making this red look so muddy and brown. And maybe it's because a lot of it is still desaturated. But I was expecting it to not look this different. Or this different. Oh shit, scrap this whole thing. Green stuff some fur on the gloves and the cape. Immediately. You know? I could make it work. Check out Commander Igris from Solo. Leveling for some inspo. Commander Igris, the Vader is demanding you call him Clifford, the big red dog. The big red god? Alright, Commander Igris? Hold on, gotta do some work. I thought we were streaming Vince's game tomorrow, but it sounds like we're not. All right, Commander Igris. I mean, I've seen Solo. I should know who this is. Wait, what the fuck is this? Oh, I mean, okay, this is just another full red guy. Okay. This is not a challenge, Scott. There are 2 Vader sculpts you can do fur on the other one. I could make the fur like pink gray and it would work really well. I think it would work well. Also, the fur on the gloves. I like that idea, Mike. That's a good idea. All right, time to bust out the Chimera Red. Vader with pink fur does sound like a good time. It wouldn't look pink, you know? It wouldn't look pink. It would just kind of be like a desaturated, very light red. Grayish, pinkish, reddish. Oh, Lord, good heavens, my God. Okay, sorry, I'm like blacking out here. I stood up too fast. The fuck am I doing? Oh, I need Chimera Red. Yes, the red. Okay, that's good enough. Scott turns into a Victorian butler when he stretches too hard. My God. Okay, yeah, that's some saturated shit right there, dude. Oh, I wanted to like add texture to this, I think. All right. The funny part is that on my palette, these 2 paints look so similar. But I know they aren't. Okay. Maybe they are. Or not shiny, that's not the right word.
Saturation. Whoa. Bright red. Where's my lightsaber? Reiner melts into the shadows. Come back here. Thank you for the raid, Reiner. Appreciate it. That's some red-ass red, dude. Look, it wouldn't look pink. Yeah, we know. I'm half expecting a hammer and a sickle to go on his light bright chest. Yeah. Appreciate it, Reiner. What were you painting on your stream? Do I add texture to this stuff that I'm painting right now? Or is that silly? Just keep it smooth. So red. Jesus Christ. I feel like this red is so much more bright than the NMM red. Like the color is so saturated that it's like making it look weak. Red ass red or red ass red? Red ass red, dude. Gotta run. Hope you're good, dude. Hope you're good too, man. Started on an undead horseman and did a flower pod terrain piece thingy. Real quick stream. Cool. I like the red more than I did the brown. I do as well, I think. Are you going to be sad that there will be no Cicada Malort at Adepticon now that it's Milwaukee? Oh, I'm sure some people will bring the Malort to Milwaukee. But no, I am not sad in the slightest, brother. Malort is not a good time. Okay. Vader with pink fur, that's a good time. Malort, not so much. I kind of want to do some kind of fluorescent painting on the armor to make it pop a little bit more, but I also don't care that much.
Didn't you guys back that Color Forge aerosol spray can Kickstarter? A lot of English content creators had special hues made just for them. Pro tip, buy around in Malort, tell everyone that it's bourbon. Yeah, that'd make everyone super happy. I know whoever invented Malort is dead already, but their grandchildren should be in prison now. I already ain't drinking Malort. I extra ain't drinking Malort. It's bugs. It's bad enough that shrimps are bugs. I imagine this Vader rolling up with some dad jokes. He calls them Vader jokes, like my friends tell me. I'm well read. Malort is not that bad. I think it is. It's pretty bad. I mean, this is coming from someone who kind of just hates liquor in general. I don't hate it. It just doesn't. It does not taste good. At no point in my life have I drank alcohol and was like, I would rather have that than a Coke. Never once in my life. And so Malort especially is awful to me. It's just a very aggressive alcoholic drink. It's not even a drink. It's not like a cocktail. It's just like bourbon. It is an alcohol. Maybe stipple some texture on the undercloak with less saturated color to bring it down a bit and let the armor shine. I could do that. That is an option. I think also giving it a satin sheen with a satin medium would also work pretty well. Let's just try to do some texture. Let's see what happens. What time is it? Oh God, it's 4:23. Jesus Christ, I had to be done. Everyone just let me run late, not saying anything? Come on, guys. You are in charge of my schedule here. All right, one thing I want to do before we fully let go here is just paint this belt black again. Just to, again, get a nice little idea of what we're looking at here. Always nice to kind of clean up stuff like that. All right, here's where Red Vader stands. Kind of awful, kind of gaudy, but maybe we can do something with him. Also, I don't want to be that guy, but red really is hard to show up on camera. It looks mostly like that. Rattle cans are for terrain only, for me. I'm not about that life. Got you. Thank you for laughing at my jokes. You're very welcome. Maybe stipple some. I already got that. Alcohol is a solvent. It literally degreases fat membranes in your brain cells, hence the hangover. So why drink it if you don't like it? I mean, that's it. You know, I ain't into it, so I don't drink it. But my friends really like it, and I'm okay with that. Oh, nice, Mike. You fired Evan. That was his job. Yeah, that was the one thing he did well. I mean, that's not saying he didn't do other things well, but he was very good about making sure I ended on time. He's just in the ass phase. No, Rufus, he can't be in the ass phase. We're far too many hours deep for this still look this goofy. I can't be responsible for others' time management when I barely keep track of mine. Yeah, no, I get that. All right, you know what? It's fine. He can look bad. Whatever. He can look weird. Okay. Yeah, it's coming together in a way. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna head out. Thanks for hanging out and helping me suss out this Vader. Love all the inspiration you guys are sending me on the Discord and here in the chat. Great chats about movies. Having a good time, guys. Parts are in the ass phase. What happened to Evan? I just couldn't afford him. It wasn't a wise business investment to have him on board, and so I just I let him go. But he'll be here whenever we stream that game with Vince, just because I need him for games. I can't do the game streams alone. It's not bad. She's not finished. Yeah, you're right. Monument painting some kind of witchy vampire medallion thing. Oh, okay, so it's one of their texture trainers, maybe, and a new bust thing. All right, y'all. I'm gonna head out again. Thank you for all the feedback and hanging out with me, and just in general being nice and lovely people to talk to. It's always enjoyable to have you guys around when I'm painting minis. Tomorrow, for sure, I'm going to be on Warhammer Weekly with Vince and John. That is known. And then, what else am I going to do? And then on Thursday, I'm going to play Vince's new game with him. Death Wizard. Death Wizards? Anyways, that is the streaming schedule. And then next Tuesday, we'll be back to normal painting streams. Enjoy the stream. Can't wait for more. Love to hear that. Honestly, love to hear that. By the way, buy stuff. Oh yeah, if you are watching the stream or listening to the VOD, you want to support me as a content creator, you can check out my website, Miniac.co. There's also some stuff for European people over at PK Pro. Both links in the chat right now, which you can see if you are a VOD viewer or if you are live right now. Fido says he or she is hyped for Death Wizards. I am too. It sounds like Vince made a game for me, which I think is awesome. I missed the stream. Glad I could make it again. It's been a crazy month at work. Well, I'm glad you're here too, Rufus. You were missed. All right, guys. Who should I raid? Let me know. I'll walk over to the computer and hit that raid button, and then everyone can follow through. And then while you do that, I am going to make sure that I told Evan the right day. Evan, there you are, Evan. Thursday, okay. Okay, I said the right time. Reiner just ended his raid because he raided me, Rufus. We'll do Monument because that one's an easy one. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. See y'all later. Stick around so we can raid Monument and spread the hobby love to them a little bit. I'm still here. I just gotta make sure I get their name right. Monument_hobbies, is that it? Hell yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, a creepy wishy bust thing, you're right. All right, see you guys. Be good.